student, the only time I've ever felt proud of my background and my culture was once I began learning ethnic studies. This class has been the only one to speak to me and have me interested in learning. We learn about institutional oppression and how the system is set up that may not always be in our best interest, but that we can still succeed if we play our cards right. It gives us hope to escape our stereotypes and not fall into the cycle that everyone tries to keep us in. I have been in ethnic studies for 3 years and have never learned anything anti-Semitic. What I have learned is about the real history that isn't taught in history class. If these topics are not discussed, people will continue to live their lives ignorantly without realizing that some ideas in their head could be harmful to others and contributing to inequality or hate upon a certain group. What ethnic studies teaches is that we all deserve to be equal, but in this system to be equal, you may have to fight for what is right. The curriculum is essential for a balanced education and something that will carry on with people for their whole lives beyond high school. If any money should be spent, it should be on the education of the next generation, including providing the proper training for our teachers who teach this subject.
Keeping ethnic studies in schools provides students with the opportunity to learn about their own heritage and the heritage of others, promoting a sense of belonging and appreciation for diversity. It also equips students with the tools to navigate the increasingly multicultural world, preparing them for success in globalized society. Personally, ethnic studies has been invaluable to me in my understanding of different cultures and histories. It has challenged my assumptions and biases, allowing me to approach the world with a more open mind and empathetic perspective. It has also empowered me to advocate for social justice and equality in my community. Overall, I believe ethnic studies is not just important but necessary for fostering a more inclusive and equitable society.
I'm here to bring back the CRE contract. The contract is helping our students teach ethnic courses. It's helping us, the students, learn about the importance of our backgrounds, culture, and struggles. You guys taking the CR contract is taking this away from us. Like a fellow supporter said, you guys have the privilege to learn your history, so why are you guys taking our chance to learn ours? We've been coming to this meeting to speak up our voices. Your actions are clearly showing us that you don't care about what we have to say. We'll keep fighting until we have the CRE contract back.
We need more ethnic studies classes. We need more teacher training. We need more options for students to meet the graduation requirement. We need our students more aware of our nation's potential as well as its issues and flaws. Our school community needs ethnic studies. We are your future. We deserve knowledge, safety, comfort, and support from as many teachers as possible. We also deserve educators who are provided expert training by leaders within their district. People who the district already has a 2-year relationship with. My class is important to me. I've learned so many things about myself, my community, and the world I live in this class alone. And I plan to stick around for all 4 years of high school, eager to learn more. Did you hear that? A student is eager. There's one thing in my ethnic studies class that's taught me that sticks out the most, and that's that every voice matters. Each and every one of here, as active members of our community, has a voice that matters. A voice that deserves to be heard, considered, and not pushed into a corner, disregarded, or forgotten because we're young and you have power to ignore us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I am still confused onto why we are being ignored with no one asking us what we want to do. We are the community. We are the ones in the schools. We are the ones being affected by a CRE program. We are the ones in the classroom actually learning about ethnic studies. We are the ones who will be affected by the lack of CRE. We are all in support of it here. We have over 50 students here in support with teachers and parents too, and still rather take the side of 2 people opinions on the program as over us. Many of our teachers and classmates have spent our time to gather many people here in the community to support the CRE program and come out to the board meeting so you can no longer ignore us. I'll restate that as a student of ethnic studies, I've never seen an instance of anti-Semitism or bigotry in my 3 years of taking this class.
As of right now, members of your agenda setting committee currently align with individuals who have no children in this district who believe that our ethnic studies program, which was supported by the Liberating Ethnic Studies group, is potentially teaching its students how to negatively view or exclude certain culture groups. I have been in this class for 3 years, and although I will be graduating pretty soon, I would like for all future students to have the same opportunity and take part in this experience as I did. Now, I've heard about the concerns expressed by community members that because of Dr. Allison, our existing curriculum may have bias and been anti-Semitic. However, I think the board and these community members are unaware of the fact that in our 10th grade world history classes, our curriculum includes Standards 10.8, where students analyze the cause and consequences of World War II, including the Holocaust, as well as Standards 10.9, which requires we understand how the factors of nationalism developed in the Middle East, how the Holocaust affected world opinion, regarding the need of a Jewish state and the significant effects of local and establishment of Israel and world affairs. There is a fear of bias and single lens being applied to our curriculum, but we are receiving a well-rounded education, and between our history and ethnic studies courses, we access multiple perspectives while being empowered to develop our opinions using our critical thinking skills.
I can no longer take how all of my peers have come here to not only talk about bringing the CRE contract back, but as well how their voices aren't being heard. In my government class, we were all taught the 27 amendments and how we had to follow them. But here you are violating the First Amendment of freedom of speech as you limit our time to speak our thoughts and opinions. That is institutional oppression. Not only that, but you decided to listen to what two people have to say that are not part of our school. So I just want to ask, what makes their opinion more valuable than ours?
We deserve this. We deserve the support to graduate. We deserve the support that the teachers need teaching just as much as we do. And that's what the CRE contract did. Thanks to that contract, I fell in love with ethnic studies. I learned about all my ethnic culture, and I got to know that I have a voice. And just because there's people like you standing here that get to decide what I can learn doesn't mean that I can't do anything about it. And I'd just like to thank all of you again. There's only so much I can say in a minute, but just listen to us, listen to students.
I would like to take a moment to recognize and appreciate just how many people, students in particular, are here to speak to you on the topic of CRE and ethnic studies. It's 8 o'clock on a Wednesday during AP testing, and we're still here. We're here because we really care about our ethnic studies courses. I care about my ethnic studies courses more than I've ever cared about any class, period. And I'm sure nearly every student in this room feels the same. My ethnic studies courses, which I've taken 3 of, have served a massive inspiration to me, and they've changed the way I see the world. They taught me how to use my voice and to make a difference in the world. They also taught me to think critically, something I didn't see the board do last September. Myself and other students will keep showing up until, this conflict over CRE has dragged on unreasonably long, and it's way past time that a decision was made to bring back CRE. Myself and other students will keep showing up until it is, and until you show us that you listen to us. I urge the board to bring the topic of CRE back to vote and approve it.
It is crucial that student input is taken into consideration. After all, the voices of students and staff are more reliable on what is happening in our schools. It is the responsibility of the school board to take student, parent, and staff input into consideration when making governing decisions, or else this results in students developing a sense of hopelessness around influencing necessary changes in our school. We elected you to represent us. Don't forget that. Remember the community you serve.
The board has shown us time and time again that they don't care about us, and they really don't. And in no way is that an exaggeration either. All they care about are votes, not their community. This isn't about us to them. No, we will get voters from your areas on our side. We will let the people know that you don't care about us, our education. Many of my senior classmates here today will be 18 November and know that we will be voting, but that we will not be voting in your favor, and neither will our families. Do not slander the CRE with the anti-Semitic cover. Some of these people on the board simply just do not like the ethnic literature and studies class and what it represents, our voices, our culture.
Everyone who doesn't feel represented by the board, can you please raise your hands and keep it up? It's time for every board member to understand the simple truth. If you're not standing with the people, you will be replaced. You see, the biggest mistake you can see is merely seeing us as votes rather than residents of Watsonville. But let me be clear. If all you care about is securing a vote, then be prepared to face the consequences. The people of Watsonville will unite and put someone in your place who truly stands for us. We will shine a light on the disrespect you've shown and the voices you've silenced. Don't forget, you should have been trying to win over the youth. Many of us will be turning 18 by November, and all of us will vote against you. So board members, hear this. The power lies between the people. Let us make sure our voices echo loudly and decisively come Election Day. Together we will ensure that our community's needs are not just heard, but prioritized. Thank you.